asking, Alex?
I'm Alex.
Who you asking? I'm Alex. So today we got a spicy deck for you. We got a very spicy deck. I was working with this is actually an idea of a Yugi tuber called Yugi Wo came up with. I came about his Discord. I don't know if it's his Discord, but it's actually a Mikanko Discord. And basically, he put out a list, and I liked it so much that I just started testing it. And then I found out, oh, shit, this is Yugi Wo. So then I was just like, he didn't give a combo or anything. He just posted the list. And then I was just kind of testing it because I love playing Mikanko. So I just kind of figured out the lines. I was like, how is this deck supposed to be played? And then I figured it out how it was supposed to be played. He actually, both of our combos were pretty much the same, except for one part of the combo, which is kind of the same thing, but it adds an extra layer of interruption, which was cool. And I pointed that out, and he loved it. And you know, you can check it on his video the way he explains it. I can post his YouTube channel in the description below. Also, just go give him some love. Go like, comment, and subscribe to his videos, and do the same thing for me, because he is the creator of this build, and this is just my variation of the deck profile of the deck, because I have taken this deck to a tournament recently. I definitely made changes to it past the tournament to lower down the count. I think I was like at 49 and it was running okay, but I cut it down to 45. This is not going to be a side deck or anything. This is just the main deck and extra deck. So this is where I'm going to talk about the deck profile. But once again, Yugi Wo is the creator of this build. I have done the Trapper build before, but now with the new way it's going, with like the new monsters, the new Link monsters, the new main deck monsters, it's actually very good. But before we get started, shout out to Alex for this fit. Let me show it off. Yo, look at this. Fire shirt. Shout out to Alex. So anyways, let's get started. So we'll start with the main deck. So we're gonna start with 3 Proofiness, the Tactical Trapper. So this guy right here, here, you know what, I'll put this right here too. This is basically, the way I'm going to show the deck profile is by engines. Okay, so this is the Trapper engine. So the Trapper engine basically, on normal or special summon, let me figure that out. Yeah, normal or special summon, he banishes a trap card from your deck for 4 cost. So this beats Imperm, this beats Ash, Baylor, you know, like I think the only thing it might lose to would be Ogre, if you don't have an extension, because when Strife is banished, it generates a token, a tuner token. It's a level 4, it's a Sword Soul token that becomes a level 4, and it's a tuner. And while you control, the person who summoned the token is synchro locked while you have the token on the field. So if this gets Ogre, then you're stuck on a token. You can't make Link Spider with it. You just have to have an extension to synchro off with it, so you can continue your plays. But you might say, what if you draw the Strife in hand? So you have engines in the deck that make you search and then discard, or it's just engines that make you discard in general. That's his Trapper summon effect, is his trigger effect. He has an ignition effect too, where it's not a cost. The cost is actually to target a trap in the grave, in either grave, target it and banish it. So if you have it in your hand, you have ways to discard it, and you're still able to banish it, generate a token. And he's banishing a token, or actually he's banishing the trap to gain a level. So he's going to become a level 5 with a level 4 tuner token, and then we can synchro into a level 9. And the level 9 we're going to be synchroing is Braver, as you saw when I had the 2 stacks. So Braver Dragon is basically our Synchro 9. So we're gonna continue off. So we're gonna go by engines. So that's basically our mandatory normal summon. And then for our big supplementary engine, we have the Mikankos. So we have 3 manifested Mikanko, which is pretty standard. We're gonna go by the Mikankos pretty fast. 2 Hare and 1 Huli. So all of this is part of the combo. Huli's very good against decks like Ryziel, against Crystron, against Kashtira. Kashtira's not really a thing anymore. But any deck that targets, as soon as you bring out Huli, they can't target anything. Sometimes you can just sit on Huli and then that's enough. But yeah, so Hare searches your equips, and then Hare searches your Mikanko traps. Mikanko equips, to be exact. And yeah, it can't target any Mikanko cards. That could be Huli, Hare, Ohime, and then any of the face-up equip spells. Speaking of equip spells, we got 3 Arabesque Mikanko. I prefer to go first with this deck, but you can do pretty good going second as well. As you can see, this right here brings your engine into place because it summons a Mikanko, and it also gets rid of an opponent's body. So this is a very good going second card, sorry. And then for the rest of the equips, we got Fire Dance that summons from hand or grave, and then 1 Meo Washidori that when a Mikanko monster battles, at the end of the damage step, you can target any card on the field, returns to the hand. And then it has a graveyard effect where you can target a Mikanko in the graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, equip it with this card, but then it gets banished when it leaves the field. And then you have 1 Great Ceremony. This basically, this is your majority of the time searching this with Ohime, because this is what summons Ohime. It summons it ignoring summoning conditions. You can summon any of the baby Mikankos, but typically you're summoning Ohime with it. But if you have this and a baby Mikanko, like, you can use it as an extension, as an extender. Fire Dance is really good because let's just say they ask you for some reason, and then you go Fire Dance summon 1, you can actually summon that Ash back, and that turns off Imperm. And then, you know, that turns off Imperm, that turns off Kashtiras, that turns off anything that requires to not have any other kind of monster on the field, like Ryziel. What else is there? I think that's the only thing I could think of. And then for the last of the Mikanko, we have Spirit Walk. Spirit Walk says while you control Mikanko, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, equip it to a Mikanko you control. So normally you're equipping it to Huli, or you can equip it to Hare depending on how the play goes, or you know what, you can even equip it to your Ohime. But normally, ideally, you want to equip it to your Huli, because that's what you're going to end on, an untargetable monster, and you're just going to steal, basically. So that's it for the Mikanko engine. Oh, so before we pass on this, so I'm going to be making a combo video. The next video is going to be a combo video, but essentially this is what I was talking about, that Yu-Gi-Oh! Created this list, a variation of this list, and this is my variation of it. And in his combo, he starts off with Fire Dance to summon Hare, and then ends on Huli with summoning with Meo Washidori. And I actually figured out a better way to have an extra layer of interruption, where you Mayo summon the Hare, and then when you get rid of it, it gets banished, and then you summon the Huli off the Fire Dance, because there's some cards in the extra deck. And you know what, also, so if you summon Hare with this, and then you link it off, it gets banished, and then Spirit Walk has an effect that you can banish it from the graveyard to summon a Mikanko from hand or banished. So we have a monster in the extra deck that comes very crucial to that, pretty much that interaction. That's the word. When you summon back the Hare that's banished, you have a card in your extra deck that wants to summon back that Hare, and then it'll interact. That's the extra layer of interruption. I'll go over that more in the combo video. So that's it for the Mikanko stuff. Now, this is the best engine in the game. 3 Fiendsmith Engraver. You already know. This is Fiendsmith combo. 2 monsters makes Fiendsmith combo. I'm excited to show you guys the combo because it's very explosive. Like, it's very explosive. So you have 3 Engraver, standard, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, 1 Tract, and 1 Paradise. In Yu-Gi-Oh's list, he didn't run Paradise, but I was testing this deck out a lot on Dueling Book and in IRL, and there's a times where I would get full allos, or like I can literally only make you know, sometimes I would end on like just Desiree, or just end if I don't get follows and it's an optimal play, I just end on Desiree. And then if I get follows, I'll just end on Requiem, summon them on their turn, dump the Paradise, and then I can still have an interruption. There were plenty of times where I just didn't have the Paradise, and I'm just sitting here like a duck, bro. I'm not doing anything. So to me, Paradise is much needed. You can also discard it off the Ohime, because Ohime searches any Mikanko card, and then you have to discard a card, and it also searches you can also discard it from Tract, because Tract says add a light fiend and then discard a card. You don't have to discard a fiend. So that's it for basically the monster engine. So you have the Trapper engine, the Profinis, the Trapper, Profinis, the Tactical Trapper to be exact. If I'm butchering it, let me know in the comments if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's a weird name, but that's it for like the monster engines. And then now we're just gonna go for the spells that help this deck get together. We're gonna go 3 small worlds. This is to search the Trapper, the guy that banishes the trap for cost. Right now I'll show you what the bridges are. You know, let me just show you that first. So, you know, I'll show you guys at the end. So we got, for the rest extensions, we got Emergency Teleport, and then we got Called by the Grave and Durendal, and then we have our Renaud for our Durendal, and then pretty much our small world bridges. We have Pankratops and we have Lava Golem. So this is basically our extenders, sorry, our small world bridges. And you know what's funny is that I actually wrote this down because sometimes the small world lines get very complicated. Every time I'm testing it out, I have to like look back on it. So basically, if you have Pank, well, actually, you know what, this would actually make sense. I'll leave these 2 on the side. We'll put this away. We'll go to the hand traps, because obviously the hand traps are also bridges. So we're gonna go 3 Ash, 2 Droll, 2 Ogre, and then 3 Infinite Impermanence. And that's it for the deck. So basically, we're gonna take this, we're gonna take this, we're gonna take this, and we'll keep it like this. Alright, so let me scoot this up a bit. So boom, boom. So this right here, all of this is to search. We want to search this. That's basically what we want to search. That's our main combo. So basically, so if we go into Droll, let's just say we have Droll and Small World, right? I'm gonna get these cards out of the way real quick. So if we have Small World and Droll, so we're gonna activate Small World. All right, we'll put it all the way over here. We'll activate Small World, revealing Droll, and then Droll you can search Fua or Pank. I actually have Fua in the side deck, but if you happen to put it in the main deck, you can show Fua. So it'd be Droll into Pank, and then Pank into Trapper. So that's one line right there. The good thing about the hand traps is that it also is a bridge. So You can also do it with Ash. So Ash, small world reveal Ash, and then you also reveal Hare. Oh, sorry, not Hare. It's it. If you have Ash or Hare, you can go into this. So if you have Ash or Hare, you go into Lava Golem as the bridge, and because it's a fiend, you can search this. And then Ogre. Ogre's another one. So you go Ogre into Droll into this guy. So basically, so like only the 0 defense is the same. This one, the fiend, is the same. This one also, not that one. Pank is also the 0 the same. So basically, like, these bridges are just to search the trapper. And then you know what? Another one also, like, let's just say you drew 2 engravers. Same thing. You go reveal engraver, Lava Golem, Profinus the trapper. That's why I call him the trapper. And then the last one, actually, there's actually 2 more. So and then there's Ohime into Pank into trapper. So you have those 2. And then you know what, there was another one. Let me see if I remember it. No, I didn't have a screenshot of that one, but basically I think I had Lava Golem in my hand and I couldn't figure out the bridge, and that's what cost me the game. But then later on I figured it out. So you go Lava Golem into Lurry. Unfortunately, you gotta get rid of the Lurry. That's the worst case scenario. But and then you have this. So different attribute, different level, different attack stats. The only thing is a fiend, and then right here the only thing is a fiend. So there's plenty of bridges into the deck to get the trapper. So that's the main deck. Basically, like, I'm going, if I'm going second against a stacked board, I'm just like, activate Ohime. I'll bait out I'll see if I can bait out anything with the Mikanko stuff, and if they interrupt that, then I go engraver, and then they interrupt that. There's some games where I would just use everything in my hand to bait everything out, and then I'm just like normal summon trapper, and then just full combo from there. Literally, trapper's like the full combo. So we're gonna go into the links. So for the links, we got Moon, Requiem, and Sequence. I have more links, but this is the Fiendsmith engine. And then we have Desiree, we have Princess, and DDD, High Caesar. Honestly, I don't really make Caesar, but there are some matchups that this comes in very clutch. I'm more or less making, I make Promethean, and then I activate Engraver to bait out hand traps, like, you know. And then if I have like an extra engraver, or I have Ohime in hand, then I activate just to, you know what, Ohime doesn't work, you have to discard it, so I have to discard engraver to search tracked if I didn't have it already, to draw a card, you know. So it just gives you an extra draw card, and then also it gives you a nib check. So that's it for the Fiendsmith engine basically. And then for the rest of the links, we have a link spider for when we get an Nibiru token. It actually has come up where I get nibbed, and I would have like follow up, and I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna have to use this now. We have SP. I never really made this, but it's there for when we need it. Princess, and this is the card I was telling you about, that when you summon the Hare off the Mayo and it gets banished when it leaves, it gets banished, and then you go Spirit Walk, summon it back, then now you have a fire to pop, and then you can pop another monster while you have Princess engraved. So that's the interaction I was trying to tell you guys. And then for the last of the links, we have Abao and Amblowell. So Amblowell is for when you want to link climb, but you can't negate Princess with Desiree. If you can negate it, you're usually making Abao, because Promethean Princess is a fiend, so she could go into Abao. You just have to negate her effect that you're fire locked with Desiree. But if you're not able to negate that, then you just make Amblowell, and it's just a good interruption, because then you can just go Princess, pop this, pop that, and then Amblowell will pop another card. And then for the synchros, So for the synchros, we have Herald, we have Power Tool, we have Braver, and then we have Gamma. So these are the 4 synchro monsters that we are running. Basically, Power Tool is the heart and soul of the deck. He is the one that gets everything. He is the one that gets Durandal, Mayo, and Erebus into rotation, and that just creates everything. For certain interactions that, let's just say, like I was saying earlier, if they ogre the trapper and then you're just stuck on a token, if you have E-Telly can summon an ogre, or it can summon Huli. So ideally you would summon the Huli because it's a level 3, and then with the level 4 tuner you can make Power Tool, and then Power Tool search 3 Arabesque, and then bounce it and just kind of still keep going. I didn't have this at all, but it did come up and I really wanted this. I think this was a heat up before, and you know what, I think this is very more crucial. I'd rather have plays that get me somewhere versus, you know, just summoning back and making princess and then not really doing anything, you know. So that's pretty much the deck. Honestly, I love Mikanko, and the way this deck was feeling, it felt really good. I recorded some matches on Dueling Book. I'll go over those, and then I'll also go over my IRL duels with it. I'll probably just make like an hour video. I'll probably put all four rounds into one video. That way we can just get it out of the way, and then I'll make a combo video as well. You know, just so you can see you guys can see what I'm talking about. But that's it. I love the deck. Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! He shout me out, I'm shouting him out. So just spreading the love. Make sure to go check out his channel and like and subscribe. If you guys have any thoughts on this deck profile, make sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys would have changed. What you guys, or if you take this deck and test it out, let me see how you guys are doing with it. You know, just let me know. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.